Hello, and welcome to W-Dog. I'm Gunnar.
And I'm Leah.
Let's get started.
So first we have Lucas with Realism Art,
Cole with Bloxerts, Leah with Angel Sharks,
Gunnar with Nolan Ryan, and Brooklyn with Sea Turtles.
and last but not least, Josiah with Formula One racing and drifting.
Now let's draw over to Lucas with Realism Art.
Thanks, Leah. Have you ever seen forms of realism art that looks like it's popping out of the paper? Well, my name is Lucas Jonesinski, and I'm going to tell you some info on the topic of realism art, like some famous artists and interesting facts. Realism art is a style created in the 19th centuries and is still well known to this day. The style is focused around ordinary scenery, sights, and people in realistic form. Some details put into realism art are shading, correct proportions, naturalness, brightness, depth, and more. Realism art is a way to reflect and document the world, and it can be made anywhere as long as you have the basic supplies. The values of realism art showcases people's skill and talent, and has the power to relax anyone in a fun and peaceful way. There are some extremely talented realism artists out there, like for example, Leopard, who is known for his natural paintings, Basil Frederick, who is great at figure and impression, Gustavson with his ordinary everyday pictures, and there are way more artists out there. As you can see, realism art is a very respected and well-balanced style. That's some cool stuff about realism art. Back to you, Leah and Gunnar.
Who knew that about art?
You're right. Now let's bark over to Cole with Boxers.
Thank you, Gunnar. Running. Do you know a dog can run all day, every day? It's a boxer. Hi, I'm Cole. Did you know that a boxer can be trained to be a police dog? Well, they can, and they can do so much more too. Today I'm going to tell you why boxers are a good dog for families, work dogs, and more. But you need to know something before you get one. According to Facts for Me and Facts for Kids, if you are going to get one, you need to give them lots of attention. They are not one-person dogs. If you want them to, you can have them lay or sit with you. They will also play with you. Boxers usually live 10 to 12 years. They are very protective of their humans. They are work dogs, and they do work such as watch dogs, military dogs, and police dogs. Their fur is tight and short and comes in colors like brown, black, white, fawn, and brindle. They are medium-sized dogs. Males are 23 to 25 inches tall, and females are 21 to 24 on average. Boxers are very intelligent, and they learn quickly. They will usually only bark when necessary. Boxers should not be left alone. If they are, they might destroy something. Plus, they don't like it. They need occasional brushing, and they shed seasonally. If you let them, they will play all day in an open yard or field. Do you want to get a boxer? I think you should, because they are great with families, other dogs, and even other pets. Back to you, Gunnar.
Who knew that about Boxers?
I know, right? That's awesome.
Okay, now let's swim over to Leah with Angel Sharks.
Thank you, Gunnar. Hi, I'm Leah Hamill. Today I'm telling you some important facts you should know about angel sharks. First, let me tell you some facts about angel sharks. Angel sharks' diets are small fish, shrimp, and squid. According to Marine Bio, an angel shark's lifespan is 25 to 35 years. The length of an angel shark is 2 feet to about 8 feet. Their weight is 40 to 60 pounds. Angel sharks have a flat body, and they hide their body in the sand to blend in and catch prey. Another fact about angel sharks is they have tan and brown spots. Some people say that they look like stingrays because they have a long tail and their wings look just like them. They also have fins behind their gills to steer their way through the water. Angel sharks are endangered by commercial fishing. The predators for angel sharks are people. Dangerous fishing methods such as trawling can hurt or kill angel sharks. Trawling is when they drag large nets across the ocean floor, which traps them. This also destroys their habitats. Did you know that there are 20 species of angel sharks? Isn't that crazy? These are all the facts you should know about angel sharks. Back to you, Gunnar.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Thanks, Gunnar. Now let's pitch over to Gunnar with Nolan Ryan.
Thanks, Leah. Hi, my name is Gunnar. Picture the year is 1969, and you are an Orioles batter who steps up to the plate and the ball whizzes past you, which is the reality for batters because they're facing Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan was born in Texas in 1947 and was 18 when drafted to the Mets. The Major League Baseball Association says he was the first to strike out 5,000 hitters and won a World Series with the Mets. A right-handed pitcher, Ryan was nicknamed the Ryan Express. He played for the New York Mets, Los Angeles Angels, Houston Astros, and Texas Rangers. Did you know that he struck out 5,714 batters, had 7 no-hits, 12 one-hits, and 4 MLB no-hits? The MLB states that he had 383 strikeouts in a season and is one of the pitchers who has the most wins at 300. His fastest pitch is 108 miles per hour, and he was the first player to make $1 million. The batter who hit best against him was George Brett, who hit 2 home runs. The worst batter against him is
C. Washington, who striked out 39 times against them. He also was an 8-time All-Star and batters hit only .204 batting percentage against them. After he retired at 46, he became a president at 63 and a chief executive officer at 53 for the Rangers. Ryan is 78 years old. Back to you, Leah.
He is an awesome player. Now let's dive into waves with Brooklyn and Sea Turtles.
Thank you, Leah. Hi, I am Brooklyn Joy. Have you ever been swimming and saw a turtle? You've probably only seen a turtle once or twice in your life. So today I'm going to tell you what is harming sea turtles. First, the cause. Part of the reason sea turtles are endangered is because of habitat loss and pollution. Pollution is a big thing for sea turtles. According to SEE turtles, they can mistake plastic for food, like how plastic bags look like jellyfish and some floating plastic looks like algae. The information from WWF Australia says turtles may eat plastic straws on accident, leading to blockage and internal injuries leading to death. Also, the impact of climate change can make the sea level rise, which is not good for the turtles. Now that I have told you about the causes of sea turtle endangerment, I'm going to tell you all about sea turtles. According to Facts For Me, sea turtles can live 50 to 100 years. A group of them is called a bale or nest. Some predators of eggs and young are seagulls, and predators of adults are sharks and people. Their diet is mostly jellyfish, seaweed, crabs, shrimp, snails, and algae. Their habitat is warm temperate oceans, but they also migrate. These are some of the reasons sea turtles are endangered and some interesting facts about sea turtles. Hope you enjoyed. Back to you, Leah.
Oh wow, I did not know that sea turtles lived 50 to 100 years old.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now let's drive over to Josiah with Formula 1 and drifting.
Thanks, Gunnar. Hi, I'm Josiah Hernandez. Have you ever wanted to know about drifting, F1 racing, and cars at the same time? Well, I'll tell y'all about it. You need an engine, transmission, drive shaft, and a whole lot more you need in a car for it to work. Cars are usually used for transportation, but other people use them for show, racing, and drifting, and many other things. Now I'll swerve in to talk about drifting. Drifting is where you lose friction or grip in the back wheels and have them slide across the road with you using the brake and steering to get the right angle and avoid obstacles. Sometimes there's a chance you can spin out and crash into something. The creator of drifting was Kanutsumu Takahashi, who was nicknamed the father of drifting. He learned how to oversteer and use the handbrake while being at high angles. Now we're rolling to F1 racing. F1 racing is a sport from many years of history from 1970 to 2025. F1 racing is where cars with a lot of downforce move at high speeds and get the downforce, and with the downforce making the slick tires have lots of grip. The drivers of these cars have insane reaction time to avoid collisions and have to move at high speeds. F1 cars have powerful engines mostly over V8 engines. Now we're going to steer back to Gunnar and Leah.
Wow, so cool. I never knew that.
Yeah, totally awesome. Just kidding, that was great.
Well, that's a wrap.
Yep, hope you enjoyed,
And thank you for watching W Dog.
Hi, I'm Aria.
And I'm Derek.
And you're watching WNSR News. To start off, there will be Willow Mason with behind the scenes of Harry Potter.
Then we'll be talking facts about cats of Josh.
Next, we'll be running to Chris Ebick with facts about black labs.
After that, we'll have Amelia about Maine Coons.
Then there will be Derek Beeman with facts about fighter planes.
And last but not least, there's Aria Boardman with depression.
First up, let's go behind the scenes with Willow.
Thanks, Aria. Hi, I'm Willow. Did you know that the actor for Snape had a fart machine and put it in Daniel Radcliffe's sleeping bag in The Prisoner of Azkaban? The Harry Potter movies were one of the best movie series ever made. The actors are Daniel Radcliffe as Harry, Emma Watson as Hermione, Rupert Grint as Ron, Tom Felton as Draco, and Helena Bonham Carter as Bellatrix Lestrange. There are some hard scenes. For example, the hardest scene was the river scene where Sirius's soul gets sucked out of his body by Dementors. Daniel Radcliffe had to wear blue-eye contacts to be accurate to the book and her for the first few movies. He also spent 41 hours and 38 minutes underwater in Goblet of Fire. Something else you might find interesting is that Harry Potter broke 80 wands and 160 pairs of glasses. I find it amazing that Daniel Radcliffe can learn all those lines since he has dyslexia. The Weasley twins, Fred and George, told Rupert Grint that he had learned the wrong dance for the Yule Ball. The last thing we are going to talk about is that there were two crushes on the set. Emma Watson had a crush on Tom Felton, and Daniel Radcliffe had a crush on Helena Bonham Carter. Back to you, Aria.
Wow, looks like there was some romance on set.
Ew, romance. I wonder how much money it costs to get more wands and glasses. Yeah, I wonder. Well, next, moving on, we'll have Comrade Josh about cats.
Thank you, Derek. Hello, my name is Josh. Cats can be interesting. Would you like to hear some facts? Cats are independent in nature. They are playful and entertaining. They can bond with people. Cats are related to tigers and leopards. They have short but strong jaws and have 30 teeth. Cats are great hunters and can be sneaky. They can see in the dark. Cats can climb up trees and can jump really high. There are many breeds of cats. People believe cats bring good luck. They were tamed or brought brown into the home about 5,000 years ago. Cats can be 8 to 10 inches long and can have 250 pounds. They can run about 30 miles per hour. If you have a cat, sometimes you may sleep better. You'll probably feel comfortable with a cat. If the pressure makes you feel lonely, cats can help. Cats are super playful, and that makes them funny to watch. Did you know cats can have grapes, raisins, chocolate, or garlic, and they can choke on feathers? Cats have meat. Cats can have meat, but it's not recommended. I hope you learned something about cats. Back to you, Derek.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Well, moving on. Next, we are bouncing to Chris.
Thanks, Freya. Hi, I'm Chris. Are you thinking about getting a dog but don't know which breed to get? Well, this might help you decide. If you are thinking about getting one, you should listen to this because I will be talking about interesting facts about black labs. According to Facts for Me, black labs are the most popular breed in the USA. Labs originated in Newfoundland, Canada. They began in the 1800s and retrieve fishing nets for fishermen. But they have water resistance, which is good because they won't get cold as fast. Black labs are smart dogs. Black labs don't need a lot of grooming, which is good because labs can be therapy dogs, guide dogs, sporting dogs. Another thing they can do is be a hunting dog. They can be trained to be a police dog or a military dog. Just know they are very active dogs and should get a minimum of 2 hours of exercise every day. Most black labs bark only if necessary. Black labs are not endangered because they get treated well, which is really good. Another reason they are not endangered is they are good house dogs, so they are not in the wild. They are medium-sized dogs, so they are not too big. They are 21.5 to 24.5 inches tall. Male labs are 65 to 80 pounds, and female labs are 55 to 70 pounds. They live an average 10 to 12 years, so you can have it for a while. An average litter size is 5 to 10 puppies. Black labs are good with other people and other dogs, but you should keep an eye on the lab just in case something happens. As you can see, labs can be good dogs for a lot of reasons. I hope you agree with me. Back to you, Aria.
Wow, did you know female labs weigh 55 to 70 pounds?
Wow, that's how much I weigh.
And now here comes
the cat whisperer Amelia about Maine Coons.
Thanks, Derek. Hi, I'm Amelia, and I'm excited to tell you about a breed of cat known as the Maine Coon. Have you ever wondered why your Maine Coon seems so different from other cats? Listen more, and I will tell you the facts about the Maine Coon that makes it unique. Did you know Maine Coons are a very popular breed of cat, and they can grow 20 to 40 inches in length? On average, Maine Coons can weigh between 9 to 17 pounds. I bet you didn't know that some male Maine Coons can get heavier than 20 pounds. On average, Maine Coons live between 9 to 15 years of age and come in many different colors, including black, orange, white, different shades of brown, and some tan too. Maine Coons have broad, muscular bodies with a rectangular shape. They have big ears on their heads and big eyes, as well as a long, wet nose. The last detail is Maine Coons have sturdy, long, medium-length legs. Did you know the Maine Coons are known to be gentle, loving, and they love to cuddle with their families? I bet you didn't know that Maine Coons got their name where they were first spotted. Can you guess where they got their name from? The answer is Maine. Maine Coons were first spotted in the state of Maine on June 21st, 1953. Maine Coons have a few special features, including a water-resistant coat of fur that may look heavy and shaggy when it's wet. Something strange about the Maine Coon is they can sometimes act a little dog-like. They are like dogs because they are very loyal and they can be trained just like dogs. The last fact about the personality of a Maine Coon is they usually are good with dogs and children. They can never be far from their family, and they especially love to be in the kitchen at dinner time, as well as on the couch when it's movie night. In conclusion, Maine Coons can be great pets and great companions. Now turning back over to you, Aria and Derek.
Cool, I didn't like cats before, but guess what?
What?
I like them now.
What a surprise.
Anyway, next we'll be flying into the sky with Derek.
Thank you, Arya. Hi, I am Derek. Have you ever wondered what the best fighter planes were and at what time? Today I'll be covering that for you. The best fighter planes of each century vary from props to jets. In 1920, the best World War I plane was the Fokker DV-2 and SE-5A. This was mainly because of firepower and maneuverability. In the 30s and World War II, the best was the Hawker Hurricane, BF-109, and the P-36. The Hurricane could outmaneuver the 109, but the 109 had a better climb rate. In the 40s, it was the Spitfire in 109, and the Spitfire is more maneuverable but more slow. Now exiting World War II into the 50s, the F-86 and MiG-15 were not props but indeed jets, but the F-86 was still more maneuverable. In the 60s, the Mirage 3 and F-4 Phantom II were very good, and the F-4 was used in the Vietnam War. And in the 70s, the F-15 and F-14 were very good, but the F-14 was more versatile and used more often. But that doesn't stop the F-15 having 100% air-to-air combat record, winning 104 victories and never being shot down. Still in the 80s, the F-15 was the best, but it was the F-15C. In the 90s, it was the Eurofighter and Su-27, and the two EJ-200 engines allowed the Eurofighter to fly at Mach 2. Last but not least, in 2025, the Su-35 and F-35 are presently the best, and the U.S. is developing the new F-47 NGAD, or Next Generation Air Dominance Program. That's all for today. Back to Arya.
Wow, did you know the two EJ-200 engines allowed the Eurofighter to fly at Mach 2?
Wow, I totally didn't know that.
Hey, I heard that sarcasm.
Yeah, whatever. Well, next, moving on, we'll have Arya about the topic depression.
Thanks, Derek. Hi, my name is Aria. Did you know J.K. Rowling has depression? She does, and she wrote and directed the whole Harry Potter series. Today we are going to learn facts about depression. You may be thinking, how do I know if someone has depression? Well, I'll tell you some of the symptoms of depression. Emotions such as low mood that causes loss of memory, tiredness, and sadness are common with depression. Sleep disturbance is also common with depression. You can also get unexplained physical problems such as back pain and headaches. If you know someone with depression, here are some ways you could treat it. Therapy such as IPT, interpersonal therapy, can help you identify and change your mindset. You can also take medication, and one type is SSRI, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Lifestyle changes are also really good for all mental health. Exercise, such as regular physical activity, going on a walk. Getting good quality sleep is important for health in general. Music can also help boost your happiness. The type of music such as jazz and pop can make you happier. Well, my time here is done. Back to you, Derek.
Wow, nice job, Arya.
Thank you.
No problem.
That was all for today. Thank you for tuning in. WNSR signing off.
Hello, I'm Bella.
And I'm Liza,
And we are the WMRG News. That reminds me, have you ever heard of Bloxerts?
No, what is it?
Well, we're about to find out. Now on to Gabe with Bloxerts.
Thank you, Liza. My name is Gabriel. Did you know that Bloxerts was first named Blox Piece? It was inspired by the anime One Piece, but because of copyright, it's now named Bloxerts. Bloxerts is a game you can play on Roblox. You can play it on a tablet, computer, phone, or gaming system. Unfortunately, you can't play Bloxerts on a Nintendo Switch. Bloxerts is a game of skill and player versus player. When you are playing, you can use strategies or combos to beat other players or non-playable characters. An Inkor is a type of weapon in Bloxerts. It's a type of sword and known as the best sword. In Bloxerts, there are different fighting styles such as Water Kung Fu, Superhuman, Combat, and Electric. During the game, you can complete tasks to earn levels and Bloxerts money. In Bloxerts, there are many ways to get fruits, including finding them, buying them, and trading them. You can get them by going to the trading table, or you can have a trustworthy friend drop fruit and you drop fruit. You can buy fruits at the Bloxerts Gacha, which is when you roll fruits, or you can purchase fruits. The best fruit is the Kitsune fruit. It is the strongest and most expensive and can cost $50 to $100. Most Kitsune users, such as me, are really powerful. When your character eats the Kitsune fruit, they turn into the Kitsune. The Kitsune is around the size of an average fox and has 9 tails, but the Bloxerts version is as big as a larger horse and is the color blue, and now has 5 tails instead of 9. Thank you. Now back to you, Liza.
I had no idea Bloxerts was a video game. Now that I think about it,
What's your topic, Bella?
I'm glad you asked. Ice cream.
Now, Bella and her topic, ice cream.
Thank you, Liza. Hello. I'm Isabella Rosa Abtino. Nice to meet you. Today I'll be telling you about the amazing world of ice cream. But you might be wondering, why would I care to learn about ice cream? Well, I have answers. Here are the top 3 reasons why. Number 1, I find it quite fun to learn about history in a fun way and other cultures and their traditions. Number 2, if you are trying to get to know someone, ice cream is a great icebreaker. And lastly, number 3, it helps you to understand your taste buds and what they enjoy, to experience diverse flavors, and to expand your palate. Did you know ice cream was first recorded in all of history way back in the 5th century BC? That was over 7,000 years ago. The man who created our delicious frozen treat today was none other than August Jackson. But wait, he can't take all the credit because the incredible edible cup, the ice cream cone, was invented by Halo Marchini. Thanks to those incredible people, our ice cream today has come a long way. But there's one more thing I'm wondering. What was the first ice cream flavor? If you think it could be vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry, you'd be wrong. The first ice cream flavor ever recorded in history was fruit and nut flavored. I never would have expected that. Maybe next time you go out for ice cream, try something new and interesting, and have fun. Experiment with your knowledge. And most of all, don't be afraid to try something new. Back to you, Liza.
You're right. I thought the first ice cream flavor was vanilla.
Me too. Talking about this frozen treat reminds me of something. Snow.
You know what lives in the snow?
What lives in the snow?
Snow leopards.
Leopards.
Going to Kaylee with the topic, snow leopards.
Thank you, Liza. Hi, I'm Kaylee, and I'm here to talk to you about snow leopards. Have you ever heard of the snow leopard? Snow leopards are an endangered species. As of 2025, it is estimated that there are only 2,710 to 3,386 left in the world. Snow leopards are endangered due to climate change and human hunting. All these facts are from Facts for Me and World Wildlife Fund. The animals mostly live in the high mountains. The groups live in 12 countries. Sometimes they live 12 years in the wild, but if they're captive, they live about 22 years. These animals mostly get killed for their really thick fur. Also, they have really big paws. For the snow leopard, their paws are like giant snowshoes so they can catch their prey. These animals hunt goats, sheep, pheasants, gazelles, wild boars, and hares. Did you know that the snow leopard's tail is a big part of their survival? Their tails are the longest out of all the wild cats. It helps them locate in life in the steep, rugged environments. Thank you for listening to me about these animals. By educating people on their extinction, hopefully one day these animals will not be endangered. Back to you, Liza.
I never knew snow leopards had the thickest tail in the whole cat family. I do like cats, but do you know what I like better? Dogs.
On to Liza's topic, golden retrievers.
Thank you, Bella. Hi, I'm Liza and I'm doing a report on golden retrievers. Have you ever thought about getting a golden retriever? If so, here are a couple reasons why I think you should get one. Golden retrievers are intelligent dogs and easy to train. They also have an ability to obey commands, making them good at many kinds of work, like being a guide dog, pushing a wheelchair, or even pushing a button on an elevator. Golden retrievers are active, sweet, and athletic dogs. These dogs need lots of exercise and attention to be happy and healthy. Golden retrievers originated in England. The golden retrievers are medium-large dogs that can grow up to 21 to 24 inches tall to the shoulder. Most full-grown adult dogs weigh about 55 to 75 pounds. Goldens have 2 coats of hair. The outer coat is long and thick, and it is either a dark, medium, or a light golden color. They also have a litter size of up to 5 to 10 pups. The lifespan of these dogs is 10 to 12 years. They have thick hair that grows in their necks, leg, and tail. The golden retrievers are short, floppy ears, broad head, strong neck, and straight tail, making them really good at swimming. But you have to clean their ears after every swim because their ears trap moisture, giving them an ear infection. So what do you think? Do you love golden retrievers as much as I do? I hope so, because golden retrievers are pretty awesome. Now back to you, Bella.
I love golden retrievers. Thank you, Liza.
Anytime. Have you ever heard of Barry Sanders?
No, why?
Me neither, but Nico does. Now Nico is telling us about Barry Sanders.
Thank you, Liza. Hi, my name is Nico Cipolletta. Do you have a favorite football player? My favorite is Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders was born on July 16, 1968 in Wichita, Kansas. As a kid, Barry enjoyed playing basketball and youth football. He started his football career on the Panthers in high school. His high school career earned him a scholarship at Oklahoma State. After college, he was drafted in 1989 into the NFL. He holds the world record for rushing over 1,000 yards in each of his 10 seasons. Yeah. Barry Sanders is 5 feet 8 inches tall and he weighs 200 pounds. Barry Sanders was on the Detroit Lions in 1989. He was number 22. He was a running back for his 10 seasons in the NFL. Barry retired after the 1998 season. He was selected for the Hall of Fame in 2004. When he retired, he had 15,269 rushing yards in his career. Hope you enjoyed. Back to you, Liza.
I never knew Barry Sanders was a football player.
And lastly, but definitely not least, Jeffrey on his topic, tanks.
I'm so excited to learn about tanks.
Thanks, Bella. Hi, my name is Jeffrey, and today I'll be talking about the Cromwell Tank. The Cromwell is a British medium tank from World War II with a crew of 5 and was made to replace the Crusader tank because it had little firepower and armor. The Cromwell cost 10,000 British pounds in 1944, but 696,000 British pounds in 2025. It also had 6-pounder or QF 75mm gun that didn't do too much to enemy tanks at the time, but later during its service, a new model came out with a 95mm howitzer that could penetrate the enemy tank's armor with no problems. The armor on the tank was reasonably thick, a maximum of 76mm of armor, not angled and hard to penetrate for some tanks. Its only weakness is the machine gun port and the plate between the road wheels. Its engine was a Rolls-Royce Meteor V12 engine, which was the same engine used in the Spitfire fighter, but the one in the Cromwell had no supercharger. The tank, making 570 horsepower with a max speed of 38 miles per hour, was fast for a medium tank. The Cromwell was the most successful and produced British tank of World War II and was retired in 1945. Today you can find this tank in the British Tank Museums and also in museums in Europe too. Now back to you, Bella.
That was so much more interesting than I thought it would be. Thank you, Jeffrey. And that was our WMRG News.
Hi, I'm Ava McInnes.
Hi, I'm Jeremiah Ford. Welcome to
WJAF. Let's get started. First, we have Jackson with John Morant.
Second, Arbor with the USSR.
Next, Aubrey with guinea pigs. Then Jeremiah with our solar system.
Then Freya with German Shepherds. And lastly, Ava with endangerment of coral reefs.
Let's get started. Let's pass over to Jackson with John Morant.
Thank you, Ava. I'm Jackson Morant, but before we start, I want you to try and imagine this. Soaring through the air and then throwing down a mean dunk. Well, that's what John Morant does for a living, so let's see if from my evidence, John Morant is the best dunker in the NBA. John was born as Demetrius Jamel Morant in 1999. He had an amazing high school career and was always 2 steps ahead. John was noticed by Murray State University in 2016, and he had a great college career by averaging 24.5 points per game, set a record with that, and was also awarded the best college-level point guard in the 2019 draft. Jaw was measured at 6'2" with a 44-inch vertical jump and was 2nd overall pick to the Memphis Grizzlies. Jaw was Rookie of the Year in the 2020 season. He was also awarded the Most Improved Player in the 2022 season. As an interesting fact, in 2023, Jaw was suspended for 8 games for possession of a firearm. Later in his career, he was suspended for 25 more games for a very similar incident. In 2025, Jaw dunked on Victor Wembanyama, who was 7'3", and in 2024 he also dunked on Kristaps Porzingis, who was 7'2". Jaw has some of the best dunk moves ever and is the best on his team. So to wrap things up, in my opinion, I would say John Morant is one of the best dunkers ever in the NBA, and I hope you can agree with me from my evidence. Now let's drill back over to Ava.
Wow, John Morant is so cool.
Now battling on over to Arbor with the USSR.
Thanks, Jeremiah. Hello, my name's Arbor Mujai. Did you know that the USSR Federation lasted for more than 74 years? I certainly did not know that. The Soviet Union, also known as the Union of the Soviet Socialist Republics, was founded on December 20th, 1922. Next, the USSR flag is red with a hammer and sickle, with the hammer and sickle meaning that farmers and factory workers can work together, with the hammer representing factory workers and the sickle representing farmers. The hammer and sickle is used on Red Army uniforms, the state emblem, and more. The Soviet Union was communist, meaning that no one had their own private property. During World War II, the Soviet Union is very powerful. They are allies with Great Britain and the United States of America, also known as the Big Three. The Soviet Union spanned across Europe and Asia, also known as Eurasia.
The USSR covered more than around 8,650,000 square miles worth of land. The Soviet Union had one of the worst wars in history, which is the Battle of Stalingrad. They were fighting against Nazi Germany during the years 1942 to 1943, where the deaths estimated to be 1.2 million people. The Soviet Union had one of the world's worst nuclear disasters ever, which is the Chernobyl nuclear meltdown. The explosion happened in the year 1986. According to the IAEA, there are over 100 radioactive elements that have been released into the air. The USSR is in a very bad shape after the Chernobyl nuclear meltdown era. The USSR collapsed on December 26, 1991. The Soviet Union had many great achievements during its time, such as when they repulsed Axis attacks during the Battle of Stalingrad and launching the first artificial satellite into space. Back to you, Jeremiah.
Interesting fact, Arbor. I didn't know they never had their own property.
Now, passing the mic over to Aubrey with guinea pigs.
Thank you, Eva. Hi, I'm Aubrey, and do you know animals close to a guinea pig? We are in luck. According to PebbleGo, the closest animal to a guinea pig is a capybara. A guinea pig is small in size, but a capybara is medium in size. They both have weird faces and cute ears. Both guinea pigs and capybara belong to the same Cavidae family, which is a group of rodents native to South America. This is how to keep guinea pigs healthy. PebbleGo says guinea pigs need food and water. They also need exercise every day. Their cage should be cleaned every week to keep them healthy. Guinea pigs like fruits and vegetables. They also eat hay and pellets. Guinea pigs squeak if they want attention, if they're hungry, or if they're hurt. Capybaras eat grass and plants that grow in the water. They can chew on tough grass to wear down their front teeth. Did you know that capybaras can stay underwater for up to 5 minutes? And they bark when they know danger is around them? That is most of the fun facts you need to know about capybaras and guinea pigs. Back to you, Ava.
Aw, I want a guinea pig. They're so cute and fluffy.
Of course you do. Okay, moving on.
Hey, I heard that. Anyways, we have Jeremiah with our solar system.
Thank you, Ava. Did you know that the solar system was discovered 500 years ago? Hi, I am Jeremiah Ford. This is all from World Book. Maybe you will love our solar system so much after this that you might want to be a scientist for space. Our solar system is exquisite in many different ways. There are a total of 891 moons in our solar system, including ours. Next, something that many people wonder. Is there life on other planets? Well, there could be life forms on Mercury, Mars, Europa, and Venus. Europa is a moon for Jupiter. Those may have life forms because they all have or had water. In diameter, our solar system is about 2 light years. Not everything orbits the sun like the Earth. For example, the moon revolves around the Earth. The person who discovered the solar system is Nicholas Copernicus. In the 1500s, Nicholas Copernicus was a very famous astronomer, and he discovered our solar system. In February of 2025, all of the planets were aligned so that you and others could see them with the naked eye. This event can only occur very rarely. Our solar system should stay the same for about 500 years with no major occurrences. But in about 4.5 billion years, our galaxy could collide with the Andromeda galaxy and destroy everything in its path. Scientists now explore the solar system by going on long or short space trips. The solar system is important because it keeps the Earth in one place. I am reporting on this subject because I love our solar system and space and how fascinating it is. I'm also doing it so that maybe you can love it someday. There are many jobs that either include going to or involves researching space. Back to you, Ava.
That's a lot of moons. Did you know that?
Of course I did. I wrote the story.
Oh, right. I knew that.
Now rolling over to Freya with German Shepherds.
Thanks, Jeremiah. Hi, I'm Freya. Have you ever gotten a new dog and didn't know how to train it? Well, you're in luck. Because today, I'll be telling you how to house train your German Shepherd and what to feed them. Here are some tips to follow if you're a new dog owner and need some tips on how to take care of your German Shepherd. When training, dogs learn quickly if given warnings like don't rip the shoes apart or words of encouragement like good girl or boy. This is how you house train your puppy. First, you must take your puppy out in the morning or whenever it awakens from a nap and after eating. Give your puppy its last meal early in the evening and take your dog out before bed. Whenever you take your pup out, make sure to stay with it so it doesn't run away. The website German Shepherd's Dog Breed says German Shepherds eat stuff like chicken, beef, turkey, lamb, salmon, and rabbit.
When German Shepherds are puppies, they need baby dog food, adult dogs need adult food, and senior dogs need senior food. Feeding them the proper food for their age ensures they get the nutrients they need. Finally, if you follow these steps, you will have a nice, healthy dog that is house-trained. Now let's run back to Ava.
Did you know how much care German Shepherds needed? Because I didn't.
Me neither. But speaking of care, we have Ava with endangerment of coral reefs.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Hi, I'm Ava McInnes. Today I'm trying to make a change in the world about the endangerment of coral reefs. Many people don't know 90% of coral are dying around the Earth. According to U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, coral reefs live in all sorts of oceans, such as the Caribbean Sea, Indo-Pacific, and the Great Barrier. World Book says they have been endangered since 1950. Most of the endangerment is animals. Some of the animals that are endangering coral are large sea stars, parrotfish, butterfly fish, triggerfish, and other various sea animals. Another danger is sunscreen. If you were scuba diving with regular sunscreen and you were by coral, then you could kill them because of all the harsh chemicals that are put into sunscreen. The last danger is pollution and climate change. Climate change and pollution are a big danger to coral. Coral reefs are supposed to live up to 5,000 years. In 2050, 90% of coral could be extinct. Coral reefs first appeared 500 million years ago. Their temperature should be 73 to 84 Fahrenheit or 32 Celsius. You can help coral reefs by using reef-safe sunscreen and avoid touching reefs. And hopefully, one day, these poor creatures won't be endangered. Now you know more about coral reefs. Back to you, Jeremiah.
That was so cool. I didn't know they have been endangered since 1950 with all those animals too.
Thanks. Okay, well that's all for today.
Thank you for watching
WJAF.